It's so good to know someone still cares. So good to know that you'll always be there. I know what
I was wrong to make you cry. I will love you till I die. Give me one more chance. Won't you give me a chance? A love as sweet as yours is changing you and me to find someone to love. Hoy te iba a querer, pero me arrepentí. La luna me miró y yo la comprendí. Me dijo que tu amor no me iba a hacer feliz, que me ibas a olvidar.
Dicen que eres mala, que tú eres quien le hablas a los hombres. También dicen que te chiflas y te vuelas con cualquiera que se ponga pantalones. Pero así te quiero, aunque seas volada, y de lo que digan no me importa nada. Pero así te quiero.
No, I can't forget you ever. Oh, oh, so hard to tell.
it's so good to know someone still cares. So good to know that you'll always be there. I know what
I was wrong to make you cry. I will love you till I die. Give me one more chance. Won't you give me a chance? A love as sweet as yours is changing you and me to find someone to love. Hoy te iba a querer, pero me arrepentí. La luna me miró y yo la comprendí. Me dijo que tu amor no me iba a hacer feliz, que me ibas a olvidar.
Dicen que eres mala, que tú eres quien le hablas a los hombres. También dicen que te chiflas y te vuelas con cualquiera que se ponga pantalones. Pero así te quiero, aunque seas volada, y de lo que digan no me importa nada. Pero así te quiero.
No, I can't forget you ever. Oh, oh, so hard to tell.
it's so good to know someone still cares. So good to know that you'll always be there. I know what
I was wrong to make you cry. I will love you till I die. resurrección is changing you and me to find someone to love. Hoy te iba a querer, pero me arrepentí. La luna me miró y yo la comprendí. Me dijo que tu amor no me iba a hacer feliz, que me ibas a olvidar.
Dicen que eres mala, que tú eres quien le hablas a los hombres. También dicen que te chiflas y te vuelas con cualquiera que se ponga pantalones. Pero así te quiero, aunque seas volada, y de lo que digan no me importa nada. Pero así te quiero.
No, I can't forget you ever. Whoa, whoa, so hard to tell.
Okay, hello, we're alive. Hi, Lori Jean.
Hey, Miss Gigi.
We are here with a super special guest today, and thank you everybody for joining. If you missed us at 12 at noonish, it's because we have our special guest, and he was available at 5 o'clock today. So here we are. Our special guest is Mr. Abraham Quintanilla. How are you doing, Mr. Abraham Quintanilla?
Hello, hello. Doing okay, I think.
Good.
That's good. All
Yes,
right.
thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you coming on and talking with us and being on, sharing your giras y desveladas. We've had people mention some really cool stories that had to do with Los Dinos or, your early years and the influence that you guys had on so many people. So thank you again for joining us.
Oh yes, Mr. Buga Perales was the one that mentioned your outfits. I think that he was talking Buga. We interviewed Buga earlier, and he talked about how he was the gordito in the group.
Yeah, Booga, I love Booga. He started with us at the age of 14. I had to get permission from his father that he could travel out of town.
That is so crazy. At 14, yes, he mentioned that. That is so funny. Oh, we
Yeah.
have some people joining us.
People joining us. We've got Shem Hernandez, my bestie, Alex Villarreal, DJ Alex. Congrats, bestie. Brienne, my daughter. Hi, Brienne. And hello to all from my bestie. And thank you to everybody watching. And anybody who's watching later, thank you for joining us at whatever time you can. So now, if you saw the promo, we have Abraham. Now, Abraham started like we have all our guests have been. They were the founders of this Tejano music. They were in the beginning because why? They were here. They were doing their music before there was such a thing as Tejano. Uh, and as you can hear in the first recordings that I played on that promo, Abraham Quintanilla is playing with the Dinos, and he's playing English music, doo-wop music, and because that's what was around. Now, there was no such thing as Tejano. Is that right, Mr. Quintanilla?
Well, not the Spanish music that was coming at that time was around was mostly from northern Mexico, and it was corridos and polkas and chotis and things like that. There was no uh, Tejano music like we know it today.
Right, Right. So you were playing doo-wop and you were playing what music were you listening to? Now, I all the people that we have interviewed have been from the Valley mostly. Um, so there was they talked about their influence from the Beatles and so on in their music to start with. But you started even a little earlier because we're talking about like Mel Villarreal, and we talked to Armando Chori Hinojosa, and they talk about their and Valde Muñoz and their beginnings in the 60s. But you go a little bit before that, don't you?
Well, we started, Los Dinos started in 1957. Uh, and But before that, way before that, when I was younger, I used to listen to a lot of R&B music, música de los negritos.
Hmm.
And then as we're getting closer to the 60s, pop music started uh, going very strong here in South Texas, and we used to listen to it. So we kind of shifted to that, and it wasn't until about early 60s that we uh, were kind of put in a situation where we had to learn what is now known as Tex-Mex music.
Tex-Mex Tejano. We've got saludos from Ulialio Reina. He says, hola to my compadre Abraham. He says, hi, Gigi and Lori. That sounds good. Saludos. Hello.
Saludos. I'll see you here on the 24th.
Dios quiere, sí. So, yeah, and that's what we've been talking about. And I know that, so you were influenced by R&B and the doo-wop sound that we hear on some of those albums. Now, Booga talked about the experience that actually uh, about getting kicked out of a certain place. That what had you change to decide to change from uh doo-wop to Spanish?
If I remember right, uh, we were hired to play at this hall in Sinton, Texas, 30 miles from Corpus Christi. And at that time, it was during cotton picking time, and there was a lot of people that were cotton pickers that catered to the dances there. And so we didn't know one Spanish song at that time. And so we started playing doo-wop music, and people just standing in the middle of the dance floor and just listening to us. And then after the second, third song, I say, "Hey, una polka, una ranchera," and so I remember two guys jumped up on stage and kicked the kick drum, and then they went after Bobby. Bobby was the taller one in the group, and so me and Seth tried to get him off, and the dance promoter, the one that owned the hall, he saw the commotion up there, and he ran up to the stage and jumped up on the stage and says, "Hey man, you guys better play some Tejano music." And we thought, "Well, we don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You Mexicans, you don't know?" I said, "Oh." And so uh, then after that, the dance floor is getting a little wild there, and they're screaming at us. They're going to catch us outside. They're going to beat us up. So the dance hall was, I remember, was about 6 miles out of the city limits, and there was no telephone back there in the dance hall, no security or anything. So they had to call town, and they sent two constables, two cars full of constables, and they had to escort us out because they wanted to beat us up. And so that following Monday, that's when we got together and said, "You know what? We're gonna have to learn this." So it was something new for us, and we started practicing and trying to learn. We went to this guy that owned a record shop in Corpus Christi, and he used to write songs, and so he gave us some songs, and we started rehearsing them, and that's where the shift came to what is now called Tejano music.
Yeah.
That is an incredible story. And it's funny that you say that, sir, that they tell you, that they told you, what do you mean you don't know Spanish? Because that's still a big deal today. If growing up outside of the valley, my Spanish got worse for a while. But even moving back to the valley, everybody says, "Oh, you should know Spanish," and how come you don't know Spanish? And that's such a, it's always a big issue. You get picked on if you
Well,
don't.
we did speak Spanish. We just didn't care to learn Spanish music at that particular time. But because I was born here in Corpus Christi, and my first language was Spanish.
Hmm.
My grandfather comes from Monterrey, Mexico, and on my mother's side, they came from Nueva Rosita, Coahuila.
Oh
Wow.
wow!
But what we didn't know Mexico at all. We knew about the border towns. We
Right.
had never been into Mexico because we were born here, but we put in a situation where there was no way out. We had to learn it if we wanted to keep on singing.
Wow. So you adapted. You
Yes.
adapted. Wow. That's something really awesome about people that play Tejano. That you can do that.
And the thing is that after we learned it, we loved it. You know, yeah, we loved to sing Tejano music. It wasn't called Tejano music at that time. It was just Mexican music or Spanish music. I don't think the word Tejano was introduced in that genre of music yet. That I
Mhm.
remember.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not.
and that's what we've talked about with everybody, that there was really uh there wasn't a term yet. Everybody was just kind of doing their own thing. A lot of them being influenced by rock and roll, and but of course they're of Mexican descent, and so there has to be the combination. And at some point, that's where everybody started combining everything, and that's where Armando Chorinojosa talks about how they started, doing new things with Snowball, trying the new guitar licks, and combining all those kinds of things, and that's where it starts going into, it's not Mexican, it's not rock and roll, what is
It's
it?
Tejano.
It's
Uh,
Tejano.
the very first song that we learned in Spanish and we to record it, we recorded with the
Falcon.
Falcon Records. Yes, and it was the Con esta copa,
Con esta copa. Need to look that up.
and it started getting a lot of airplay, and that was the beginning of the change. From that point on, it became we forgot about the pop music and just concentrated on the new genre of music, which is now called Tejan.
Which is not Tejano. And as I understand it, we were talking earlier. So you did the giras that everybody was doing to accommodate the migrant farm workers.
Yeah, we used to call it the migrant tour.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we would and that happened when we started working for Paulino Bernal, Bego Records. Paulino would send íbamos nosotros, los Dinos, Carlos Guzmán, y Pablo Cuatro, and I remember one of los Relámpagos started there with Paulino too.
Oh
Oh,
wow, that is
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah, it was Joe Ramon and Cornelio Reina at
Cornelia.
that particular time. And so they would send us out to different areas of United States where there was pockets of Tejano people that would go and work the pick the fruits and all of that.
Right.
That's why we call it the migrant tour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you followed them around.
Yeah, we followed the crowd, and it kind of also helped to spread out this kind of music all over the United States.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So even now to this day, which is now Don Lalo mentioned, as he said hi ahorita, he's up to 22 uh, chapters of the organization Tejano Legend Pioneers all over the United States and even one in Mexico because they stayed there. I guess some of them stayed behind. I'm
Yeah,
guessing. Yeah.
yeah. Uh,
So,
my wife is a product of that. My wife was born in Washington State, and,
Oh, that's awesome.
uh,
I know
and
that.
I was in the military in the army when I met her. We've been married 61 years,
congratulations.
Oh my goodness, congratulations.
and so her parents were people that would go a los trabajos, piscar frutas y todo eso, and they stayed there, and their family started going over there in those areas.
Yeah.
Yes, my grandmother's brother stayed in Washington, Sunnyside, Washington.
But my wife was in Wapato, which is about 10 miles from Yakima, Washington. So I
Oh,
know all that area because I was in the army station over there, and when I married my wife over there, well, and we used to go in the early part of our marriage. Every 2 years, I would take her back there to Washington State to, see her family, her father, and all that. But unfortunately, we don't go very much anymore because all her family died off already. They got old and died.
oh, yes. And that's a long way.
It is. It's a long way. I think every trip that we went over there would take us about 45 hours to get there.
Oh my
Hours.
goodness.
Of course, you stop it and to fuel up with gas and get
Yeah.
to eat and all of that. But
Snacks. I know my family, lots of snacks. Lots of stops for snacks.
Yeah. So, oh, as a matter of fact, one of the chapters just came in from Walla Walla, Washington. I thought it was a fake city because I
What?
heard
That sounds like Bugs Bunny. I,
that's
I mean, I know it's not a fake city, but every time I hear that, I always think of
Walla
Bugs
Walla,
Bunny.
Washington. It's for real. Yeah.
That is
So,
funny.
now, going back to the migrants being there and you catering to them by giving the music, um, did you now? I don't know if there's they experience the Tejanos that travel now experience what you experienced back then. Was there a lot of was there racism? Did you have to do things differently or
well, I remember. I don't know if you all know Floyd Hanna.
Oh, I do know.
yes, we knew we do.
Floyd was part of our group. He played the Hammond organ, and so every time that we went up all of the states, and Floyd never wanted. We stopped at a restaurant to eat. Floyd didn't want to get off because, discrimination and all that. So
Yes.
we had to order food for him and bring it to the car so he could eat. And
Wow.
yeah, it did exist even for us, for Mexicans, because we play stop in areas of the United States where there's no Mexicans there, and they. I remember one place in Montana that we stopped at this restaurant, and we can walk in. We walked in, imagine there was about with the roadies and everything, about 13 of us, and those people were freaking out seeing so many Mexicans there. They thought we we were going to burn the place down or something.
Yeah, my dad's joked about that before. He said in
That
the
was,
valley,
that
yeah, the
was,
winter Texans come and
that was
yeah.
the 60s, but and I imagine that still exists. You'll never get rid of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Mr. Hanna, we went to church together. That's how I met him. I didn't even know that he played the Hanna music
Oh
till
yeah,
over 10 years later
he
that I
traveled.
knew.
He traveled with the. He was part of the Dinos.
His wife is the reason I graduated from college. And
Wow.
I did not know. Anyway, that's another story. We'll save that for when we're off the
So
official
yeah.
show.
So Floyd is planning to be on the show as well, so we're going to mention him. But yeah, he was part of the Dinos. Booga, so that's another Dino. Booga was
Luga
another
was
Dino.
our bass player.
Yeah, he was talking about how he didn't fit in as well as you guys in the suits that you all were. So talk about that. I mean, did you feel the need to be dressing particularly well?
I've always been there. I always thought that uniformity, that everybody dressed the same, makes you look more professional. And we used to have our suits made in Houston, Texas, at a tailor shop. They made us. We picked the type of cloth and all that. And Booga being a little heavy would always have some little problems here and there, but there was no way around it. He had to wear it.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. He told us the funniest story about being in California and being asked by, he's telling this story, and with my history background brain, I'm like, wow, that is such an incredible story that there's not a lot of people that can talk about that anymore that were there, with Cesar Chavez talking to you guys after a gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of changes taking place with the Mexican people, both California and everywhere else. The transition was starting at that time, and we're here to stay. You're not going to get rid of us. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of things happening at that time.
Yeah. And that's what we're talking, that basically that's where kind of Tejano was kind of born, because now even with my grandpa was in World War II, in the Korean War, and then there was the Vietnam War. So and then there's the GI Bill, and so Mexican Americans are starting to rise up and say, hey, we're here, and to get recognized. So that was part of making their own music, because they were a combination of what is Mexico and what was America, or is America. So I think all that transition during that time, even my dad named his group Los Chicanos, because Beto Garza and Roy Garza came from Las Huelgas with Cesar Chavez.
I remember.
And
I remember your dad. We used to do a lot of gigs together.
yes, he tells me. So, and that's why he named this group Los Chicanos. The huelgas were going on big and strong, and Beto and Roy said, "Nah, let's name the group Los Chicanos." So my dad changed it, the spelling SHEEKANOS, Los Chicanos. But yeah, it was part of the movement, and even still today, you can feel like some people cringe at that word, but that's who we are.
Well,
No sé,
here.
mexicanos.
We're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere.
We're
And
not going.
I have a little pride that my daughter Selena uh, helped spread out the Tejano music worldwide.
Yes.
Yes.
You
Yes.
Her music, it just has exploded everywhere. To this day, they play her
Yeah.
everywhere.
I do believe that she put us on the map. She put us on the map when a fuerza. Uh,
Mhm.
they know, they recognize that, oh, well, look, there's this group of people that we didn't know existed. Well, here
Yeah.
we are. You're right.
She's
Let me
made
take
it.
a Let
I'm
me take
sorry.
a quick shout out to everybody. Norma Salazar, Mercy Perez, Herbie Lopez says saludos. Gigi, Lori, and Abraham. Okay? We've got, and it's, Sam Lopez Supermex says hello. Lawrence Nido Cázares, he's a DJ also. He's got his own podcast. Saludos to him. Eddie Olivo says saludos amigos.
Mr. Olivo.
We've got Carla Mian Royon. Hi Carla. Hi.
Eddie, Eddie lives in California, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Yes. Yes. Saludos. And he's an administrator for the Technology Pioneers there in Riverside. So he's
Oh,
a yeah.
well, we're
Yeah.
having on the 24th. What's the date today? 21st.
Yes.
On the 24th, we're having one of those events at the Hi Ho restaurant here in Corpus.
Come on
Yes.
over, Eddie.
Yeah. I love what you said about,
Get your
your
airline ticket ready.
yes, everybody's ready. Everybody's talking about it in the valley, right? Coming to Corpus for that. I love what you said about your daughter making Tejano mainstream. Um, and I remember in college, we even studied her in college. and this was in the early 2000s. The impact that she made, and just even academic wise, that people probably don't know unless you sit in those little rooms in a university. The conversations and the dialogue are even more than we can imagine. What we see, we see one thing, we see, the impact is, it goes without saying. And with all respect, I say that. But I remember, having those conversations in college about how that's not typical in a male world, like of Tejano, for a female, and to do the things that she did, and that's pretty incredible. Like, there's no word to say how, incredible doesn't capture it, but
Yeah.
um,
But definitely she put, I think she, like you said, she made us known. And I, like, all of us were witness to how, I mean, People magazine decided to make People in Espanol, and all that kind of stuff. It's like they're like, who, oh, there's other people here, like we didn't exist before. And because of Selena, I believe, your daughter, uh we became known to the world. We became, uh that we matter, and they took us into consideration now. I feel that that's what happened.
Uh,
If it wasn't for your daughter, I think we would have still kind of, maybe would have happened, but maybe not at such a quick
you know,
pace.
she's been gone about 30 years now, and you know, we miss her a lot. My wife sometimes feels like she's still here, because you see so many things on social media about her and this and that. It just brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah, yeah. I do the same with my dad. I think to keep their music alive is to keep them alive. For me, my dad was not only just our world; he was our universe. He was our everything. And as a matter of fact, this show is dedicated to him, because I didn't get to hear. Papi always talked about his giras y desveladas, but I never recorded him. So after he passed, I said, you know what? All the Tejano legends, all these pioneers have their stories. And I want to put them out there so that everybody can hear them. And they're on here in whatever cloud or universe it is forever, so that everybody can hear them, so they can hear your stories, your children, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, imas, because they're important. And just because you are the ones that were the beginning of this genre we call Tejano. ¿Qué es Tejano? Well, you guys started it. You guys started it.
Yeah, and it's going to be around for many years.
Si Dios quiere, sí. Valde Muñoz says hello, Gigi Lori, and welcome to the show, Abraham. Valde,
Oh,
Hi,
hello.
Mr. Bradley.
Uh, I remember all these guys. Uh, we used to go to. We used to play a lot at the Blue Moon in Fox.
You talked about the blue moon and far.
yeah, we talked
And
about it.
Local Palladium, and we used to play all over the valley, and we really enjoyed it. The Civic Center, I think they tore it down, right?
Yes, the one
Yes,
in McAllen.
they
Yep.
did. They built a gigantic, gigantic.
El Villarreal, I remember Villarreal.
Yes,
Yeah,
they tore that one all
there
down
was
as
a lot of
well.
places over there where they had some great dances.
Yes.
Yes. Like my dad
And
said, la música muy alegre. He would say, like, I think he said y'all played for his prom. I think he said that you guys played for a La Jolla prom.
I think, oh yeah, we did.
He
Yeah,
yeah.
said that you
it's
guys were
La Jolla,
phenomenal.
close to Crystal, somewhere in that area, right? Like Crystal City or what's the name?
Uh, La Jolla's closer to the valley. Crystal
To
City, I think, is
Oh,
Mission.
La
about.
Jolla, acá en el Valle. Okay,
Yes,
Yes,
Valle.
sir.
all right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, he said they played for our prom. They played for our prom. They were so good. He said they, admire you guys so much. Um,
Well, it was a good time. Uh, I've always loved music, always will. Uh, I'm still involved with the music. I have a recording studio in Corpus Christi, and I record different artists and promote them and all of that. And in fact, I just finished this album with this 10-year-old girl named Maria Paula.
I've seen
Seen
it.
her on TikTok. She's
Yes.
incredible.
You ought to hear the new album we just finished with her. She is doesn't sound like a little girl, but her
Yeah.
voice, the timing, her tuning, everything is real good. There's children that are born with a gift. Selena was one of them.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
There's
There,
no one like, there will never be
no.
anyone like her.
Ana Pulido, which is my daughter's friend, she says Selena was the younger generation's princess. We all wanted to be like her, and that's true. And I think at this point, I think a lot of people. I mean, nobody can be Selena. There'll never be another Selena. I think somebody has to come in new with the same force and that same thing that
Well,
she had.
there's a lot of young people that have that. They just haven't been exposed. They haven't connected with somebody that can take them where they belong. You
Yeah.
know, and that's what I'm trying to do in my company. Uh, I record young artists. Oh, by the way, every week somebody comes to my place with that dream of becoming an artist, and some of them have a great voice, but it's not just the voice that I look at in the public. The image has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
Because every human has a capacity, mental capacity to. If you just see the person on television and immediately decide whether you're going to like them or not,
Yes.
you know, all of that plays into making that artist go where she belongs.
My dad would say que tiene ángel. That's a saying, que tiene
That's
ángel.
that's another way of putting it. La gente dice eso.
Yeah. Now we last week we interviewed Adalberto Gallegos.
Oh, I love Adalberto.
Oh,
Adalberto, yeah, Adalberto. I recorded in an album with him.
yeah.
He was just, I think this Saturday, he was in San Antonio playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he was there. And we talked about that.
I was going to say that this little girl that I'm recording, Maria
Mhm.
Paula, is from the same town that Adalberto.
Oh,
Oh,
wow, what a coincidence.
Yeah.
wow. So we
Uh-huh.
talked about that how you could have the most perfect voice, the perfect pitch, the perfect sound, get the notes on time, but if you don't have that thing, if you don't put your, I don't know what is it, is your heart, your soul, whatever it is that comes along, there's that element, that
Well,
magical music is magic.
I just mentioned that. It's not just the voice, the personality, how the public views you, and
Yeah,
that's how they're going to accept you. Hay gente que tiene eso. I don't know. I, you
what it
can't
is.
you can't put a name on it, but
Yeah,
that's something that certain people have. You know, and
yeah,
uh, that along with also you got to have somebody to take them there. If they don't know anything about the business, somebody got to guide them into that place where they can be recognized.
Mhm.
that's true.
I think is I'm gonna say hi to Lauda. Lauda's watching from Leona Promotions. Thank you. Um, Sir, you also have an eye for that, and not everybody does. You know, when you talk about that, there are not a lot of people that have that eye to be able to identify that thing that you're saying. So you yourself have a gift of a kind, to see that, you know.
But it's a combination of things. It's not just the eye; it's the ear, the image. It's
Yeah.
the whole package. You know.
Mhm.
Uh, then you have something to work with, to promote and to expose to the public. But even then, at the end of the day, it's the public who's going to make or break the artist.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's like you said that when you were recording in English, then when you recorded for Falcon and got that song out, and it, busted wide open, and that's where that was the trail that you followed after that.
Uh,
Um,
Mhm. And
yeah.
that's a great, that's a great observation, or that you're sharing with us, because we hadn't really talked about that. Nobody's really mentioned that, when they talk to us about having that. And I say that because I cannot wait to hear the album of that young lady. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. When can we expect to hear
well,
that?
I just finished the album, 10 songs. I got we already mastered them, mixed and mastered them. I gotta send it to the factory to be made into a disc, and then I can start selling it.
I saw her, years ago on TikTok singing in restaurants. She was little, and the voice that would come out of her
No,
was
let me tell you,
crazy.
you gotta listen to it. What we just done with
I
it.
can imagine how it's going to sound recorded. She would go around in the restaurants with the microphone, and her voice projection was amazing. That she was so little and she was singing like that. I watched her every time she'd come up on my TikTok.
And she
You,
has that thing.
you know, a lot of young people have that dream. And like I said, some of them do have the voice, but they don't have the other part that you require, for the public to accept that artist.
Yeah.
And then once in a while, you run into somebody that has the whole package,
Yeah.
and boom, it explodes.
Yeah.
So it's there's not that many. I mean, anybody can sing, but
Yeah.
you need the other.
The other parts, it's a whole, yeah, it's a whole package.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I was listening when I was doing the promo for your songs, and I was listening. There's just some songs that you all. I mean, I had never really. Maybe I'd heard it when I was little, but there's like that one song que te quería querer, pero no eras para mí, or something like that. Uh, that song, I don't know who's singing, but I guess that the trio, the way you're singing all together, and man, that one just connected with me. There's that's special. I was hearing all your songs, and all of them were good. There's good songs, even the doo-wop. I like that, but there was that one song that just kind of hit me. It hit me different.
Let me ask you something. Uh, if I play one of Maria Paula's songs, right, can you hear it on there?
Yeah, we probably if you
Well,
where do you have it on?
I have a CD connected to the TV.
Computer. It should be able to play. We can try it.
Try it.
Let me just show. I've done an English song in the album, and let me see if you can hear a little bit of it.
Sure.
Hold on a second.
Sure, no problem.
Well, you know what? I won't be able to, and the reason is because if I do that, then I'm
You
cutting you
take it
off.
off. You know what you can do if you have it on your phone? You can play it on your phone, and we can hear it. Do you have any songs on your phone?
Yes, hold on a second. Let me.
Because we use what did Chore call it? Mexican ingenuity.
Yeah, Chode calls it Mexican ingenuity, and we made it work.
We make
Figured
it
it
work.
out. Yes. So we're
That's
gonna
right.
get a little debut of her song here? Is that what you're telling us, sir?
Well, I'm gonna try, but let's keep on talking. And I'll try to find
Sure,
it.
sure, no
You know what? I'm
problem.
gonna show you some pictures and tell me what you can tell me about them. So there you are. Look at that. How old were you there?
Uh, I'm probably about maybe 30 years old.
Read 30 right there. You
Yeah,
maybe look a younger.
I'm 85 right now.
You look great for 85. Let me tell
I
you.
know. My sister commented, "You
Wow.
never age." She commented earlier, "You never age."
Yeah. Well, uh,
And you know, in that picture, I see that your daughter actually looked like you.
you think so?
Ah, yes, I see it.
Everybody says that she looks like her mother, like my wife, Marcela.
Not in this picture. In this picture, los labios y los ojos. And I'm thinking of when she's looking sideways in a video, donde quiera que estés. A ver, recuerda. I don't know how it goes, but and she's looking away, and that's the same look right there. So, mm-hmm. How about this one? All right. Well, you can talk about it while you're looking for on the phone.
Well, that's when that was back in the about 1960,
When
uh,
it was
and Danny, the one on the let me see on the left hand side, the one in the end, he later became a highway patrolman.
wow,
Uh, the guy opposite on the other end, Johnny Cadena, he is a principal at a school here.
Oh,
wow,
really? What school is that? I'm curious.
I don't know which one. I know it's a not a high school, but
A middle
a
school?
middle school here in Corpus Christi. Johnny, his name is Johnny
Interesting.
Cadena, and then the three of us right in the center, me and Bobby and Seb. Bobby and Seb, both of them passed away. They died. So did Danny. He passed away. Uh, the guy up on top, the taller one, was the bass player. I don't know whatever happened to him. The other guy next to him, Villarreal, Ray Villarreal, he works with the in Houston with a gasoline company. I don't remember. It's a big major gasoline company. And then
wow.
the drummer George, he passed away too.
Mm.
So they're old guys now. Well, Bobby and Seth passed away. So,
And this right
well,
here.
you can see them here, but these are newer musicians. But you can see Bobby and Seth. They both passed away. Oh, do you see Buga there
¿A cuál es Buga?
on the where I'm at? The guy next to me, and then Rema Maya, and then Buga, the third one.
Oh, I see Booga, yes.
So you see the suits that he used to gripe about.
He said those suits were starched so that when Cesar Chavez asked y'all to walk with him 30 miles or I don't know how many miles, he said he couldn't make it. So that starch
What
was
what did
just,
what did he mean starch? I don't
Oh
understand.
no,
he said
no,
the
he
pants
needed
were
no that
starched.
he needed starch to put
Oh,
in between his
Oh.
thighs. Se
he said
estaba
his
rozando.
thighs burned
Se
Yeah,
and he
estaba
had to get in the
rozando.
back.
Mosquito.
He said us big guys didn't make it. We had to jump in the back of a truck.
que,
He
que
cracked
salió
me
bien, que salió bien rosado de ahí.
Yeah, he was
And
funny.
uh, I like this picture right here. That when you have a chance.
Which one? Okay, that's Bobby, me, and Seth.
Okay.
Like I said, Bobby and Seth both died already.
Wow. So they're the only one left of the original
Yeah,
the Dinos.
yeah.
Wow.
Bobby, the Bobby, he stuttered, but he never stuttered when he sang,
Wow.
because it's not an illness. It's a mental thing in the head, And then
Yeah.
Seth had moved to the valley, and he died over there in McAllen.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That's so interesting about the stuttering. I hadn't really thought about that.
Well, it's not an illness or a disease. It's just a mental block.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it changes because music is wired all over the brain. So it triggers
Yeah,
everything.
and he never stuttered when he sang.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe he should have just sang all the time. No, I know it's not funny. I'm not making fun or anything, but
Bobby would get hung up on anything that started with a G.
Oh, he'd have a hard time with my name, Gigi.
No, he would go be okay, Gigi.
En paz descanse. Where's the wood?
that is so
Well,
funny.
I spend more time with them on the road than I did with my family. You know,
Yeah.
we travel all over the United States.
Hmm. That's what we've talked about. When my dad mentioned that he was a farm worker as well. When you say your wife grew up also in that way, um, yeah, it's amazing that you go back. And several of our legends that we've spoken to, they do that and they go back. They grow up working as farm workers, and they go back as musicians. And like Buka shared that story, y'all played out and with dirt, a dance hall with dirt floors or out in the open, and it's pretty incredible. That there's so many people. You brought so much joy to people that really, I mean, I know on a regular work day you
Let
need
me
music.
see. Let me see if you can hear this. This
Yeah.
is Maria Paula. It's an English song.
Loving you so, but I was too blind to see you letting me go. But now that you set me free, it's gonna take a miracle.
Oh,
Yes, it's gonna take a miracle to make me love someone new. Cause I'm crazy for you. Oh, didn't you know?
Can you hear it?
Yes.
yes.
It'd be so easy letting me
Let me
go.
let you hear one Spanish song, a little piece. Let me
That
see.
is a beautiful
Yes.
rendition.
Okay,
I
here we
hadn't heard that
go.
song in a long time.
I know. I hadn't either.
Okay, this is her.
And how old is she?
She's 10 years old.
She's 10. She's 10.
Solo basta una sonrisa tuya para sentir que vuelvo a existir. Con tan solo una mirada tuya, siento volver a latir mi corazón. Porque en tus brazos yo quiero estar. Porque en tus ojos yo encuentro mi felicidad. Cada minuto sin ti siento que voy a morir.
Wow.
Well, she's getting some great reviews from our audience already.
Really?
Look at that. Oh my God, that's crazy. She sounds awesome. Wow, wow, wow.
Mhm.
10, 10 question
Yeah.
mark.
Yeah, I'm telling you that for a 10-year-old girl, she doesn't sound like a 10-year-old girl. She's got a
Wow.
great voice. She's got that feel, that emotion. She's got
Yeah.
everything. She's gonna do something.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
she's already put her footprint on here, starting with TikTok and all those little TikToks and stuff. And that's how it's different from when you guys were around and Ivana Falcon Records or Pego Records and
Yeah.
record a song and take it physically with you to radio stations. And it's different now.
Social media nowadays, all you press a button and boom, it goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you get the followers, like I said, I followed her. She's been singing around, it seems like anywhere, she gets an opportunity to sing, she just does it. And that's great practice, I'm sure, but she's incredible. She's been doing that at least 3 years ago. I saw her the first
Yeah,
time.
she's been singing since she was younger, and you know, her parents, they're from ¿cómo se llama? In Arizona, not Phoenix, the other town, the other big town,
Tucson.
uh, Tucson.
Tucson.
She's from Tucson, Arizona, and when I heard her, I said, "Heck yeah, I want to record her."
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
must have been so exciting for her. I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
we
want
go ahead.
quick shout out to everybody that's on here. Guadalupe Vasquez, JJ Salinas, Herbie Lopez says he's got to go. The Faustos from Mission, Texas, saludos. Alejandra Garza, Ana Pulido, Brienne. Brienne's my daughter, and not just because my daughter, but she's very talented too. But she decided to go into business. She has the talent. Pero pues, everybody chooses their road, and music
Yeah,
was not her choice.
that was
But
not her cup of tea.
not her cup of tea. It's in her blood, and she's amazing. Pero maybe someday. Alex Villarreal, who did I see? Joe Fonseca, Lorenzo Lopez también said saludos.
Oh,
Junior
Lorenzo,
Daga.
Lorenzo, hermano de Joe.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, Lorenzo, how you doing?
Saludos. And yeah, I'm getting. And I want to say hi to.
Lorenzo is recording a girl from Houston too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe he'll. What's her name?
Is it Gabriella?
No, she's not from Houston. She's from Lake Jackson, Texas, where I lived at one time.
Oh, wow.
Wow, where I used to have to go to the mall on Saturdays because we had a little tiny town. We had to go all the way to Lake Jackson. I think
By
that's
the way, that's where my kids started playing. When I started with them, I had a restaurant, and I would make them play every Friday, Saturday, sometimes on Sundays. They would play there because I had built a stage it was a big restaurant. I built a stage and a little dance floor where people could dance while they come to eat. And
wow.
that's where Selena y los Dinos started.
Wow.
I
That's a good.
wonder if we ever went there because we lived in Bay City at that time, and like I said, we used to go shopping in Lake Jackson, and you have to go eat when you go shopping. I don't know if we ever. I wish we had. I don't remember that though. I would definitely have remembered
How
that.
many years were you there?
We were there. I was there like 20 years from the
No,
time I was.
no, because the last time I moved out of there in 19. Jesus Christ. I can't even remember the year that we moved back to Corpus.
Been a while.
Yeah. I started working for Dow Chemical in 1968. We moved back to Corpus in 1980.
Okay.
Yes, because Selena was born in 71. She was 9 years old when we moved back to Corpus.
Oh.
then we missed each other. We missed each other.
Let me get some. Let me see. I was gonna show you these. Look at these.
The carousel, we used to play there every Wednesday.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah, every Wednesday we would play there at the carousel. The owner, George Harrow, had another club. I can't even remember the name of the club. And then he built that new. Actually, the carousel was an old bowling alley, and he converted it into a dance club. And
Wow.
it used to get packed all the time. That was the in place in Corpus Christi at that
I've
particular.
heard, yeah, my dad's always mentioned the carousel.
Yeah.
Hmm. And you
And
were there Wednesday, huh?
Every Wednesday we used to play there.
Wow. And look at this one. Thanksgiving hop with the Go Go Girls.
I that was from the radio station. You
Oh yeah.
see that guy Charlie Bright of KEYS?
Okay.
He was